Welcome to Physics Learning. This is the second lecture on operational amplifier. In this video, I am going to discuss about inverting amplifier. I will also discuss the concept of virtual ground. In the previous lecture on introduction of an op-amp, I have discussed about open loop voltage gain. That is, if you operate an op-amp without any feedback network, without any loop, in that case the gain of an op-amp is called open loop voltage gain. And for the practical op-amp, it will be of the order of 10 to the power 5 to 10 to the power 6. For an ideal op-amp, it will tends to infinity, but for the practical op-amp, depending upon what kind of op-amp we are using, we will have gain of the order of 10 to the power 5 to 10 to the power of 6. As the gain is so high, even if you apply a small amount of input voltages, you will always have a saturation voltage at output. This is the voltage transfer characteristic in the case of open loop circuit. This also I have discussed in the previous lecture. So here if you apply a VD, then you can easily see with the increase of VD, output voltage will increase and finally it goes into the saturation region. Because A is such a high, even the difference in voltage will be small, V out will be always in the saturation region. That is why this open loop circuit have very small uses. This can be used in the case of comparator. If you want to use this op-amp as a comparator, in that scenario, this kind of open loop circuit is used. But if you want to do the mathematical operations such as amplification, addition, subtraction, differentiation, integration, in that case you need to attach some resistance or capacitor depending upon your need. In simple word, if you want to control this gain, if you want to tune the gain, you just need to connect a feedback network here. And that will be very easy. You just need to connect this output channel of this op-amp to inverting channel of this op-amp through a resistance. Why in this inverting input? Because if you connect the V output with the inverting terminal, it is called negative feedback, and negative feedback is important for controlling the gain. Okay, negative feedback always stabilize the amplifier. Now we know that if you want to use this op-amp for many purposes, we need to connect a feedback circuit. Now just move on to the inverting amplifier. This is simple op-amp, and now I want to control the gain. So just connect a feedback resistance from output channel to the inverting channel, right? Here RF is called feedback resistor, and it provides a negative feedback to the whole amplification system. Now let's assume that Vi is the input signal which is connected to this op-amp via resistor R, and Vo is our output signal. Now it is important to study this amplifier circuit. It is very important to calculate the amplification factor, that is the gain for this closed loop circuit, as we have connected the op-amp with the feedback network. In that scenario, the gain of complete amplified system is called closed loop gain. So we need to calculate that. Okay. But before calculating that, we need to have the concept of virtual ground. Without that, we cannot able to calculate the amplification factor for the inverting amplifier. This is the circuit which we have just seen. Just consider the op-amp. Let's assume due to this whole circuit structure, V is the voltage at inverting terminal. And as non-inverting terminal is connected to the ground, so difference voltage is minus V. Therefore, for op-amp, V output is equals to voltage gain, that is open loop voltage gain times voltage difference. Therefore, we can have V output is equals to minus AV. As output terminal is connected via a feedback resistor, the V output is finite due to negative feedback. Therefore, from this equation, if you rearrange, we can write V is equals to minus V naught upon A. As V naught is finite and A is infinite, therefore V tends to 0. That is, voltage at inverting terminal is 0. Thus, we can say inverting terminal virtually at ground potential. That is what the concept of virtual ground. But if you think whole scenario in broader perspective, in more general, let's assume that voltage during the feedback network, voltage at inverting terminal is V inverting and voltage at non-inverting terminal is V non-inverting. Therefore, V output is equals to A times difference in voltages, right? As we have a negative feedback condition, therefore V output will be finite, A will be infinite. Thus, we can simply solve it and we will get V inverting is equals to V non-inverting. That is, in the feedback condition, inverting terminal and non-inverting terminals are virtually short-circuited. Here, as non-inverting terminal at zero potential, that is why with this general equation, inverting terminal will be also at the zero potential. But the thing is, why I am calling it a virtual ground? Why virtual ground? Why not actual ground? What is the difference between the virtual and actual ground? In actual ground, we know any amount of current can flow to ground through that terminal. That is, actual ground serves as a current sink. But is that same case here? We know that the input impedance of an op-amp is infinite. That means the current coming to this terminal at point G will not go into this op-amp because there is an infinite resistance, right? So no current can flow into op-amp through the virtual ground. So virtual ground cannot serve as current sink. So this is the very important difference between the actual ground and virtual ground. Actual ground serves as current sink. Virtual ground cannot serve as current sink. Okay. Now we have fair idea about the virtual ground. Move back to the inverting amplifier. This is the circuit diagram for inverting amplifier. Here Vi is the input signal, Vo is output signal. Let's say there is I current flowing through this resistance R. So I we can calculate simply difference in voltage across the resistance divided by resistance. Okay. As input impedance of op-amp is infinite, no current goes into this op-amp. Therefore, current into this op-amp is zero. Therefore, this whole current I has only one choice. It has to move through this resistance RF. So, if you apply the KCL, Kirchhoff's current law at point G, we can simply write Vi minus V upon R is equals to V minus Vo upon R. That is, the current through this resistance must be equals to current through this resistance RF. Okay, we have just seen the concept of virtual ground. The voltage at the point G, that is V will be 0 because G is at the virtual ground. Just substitute V equals to 0 in this relation and we will have this final relation. Now, what is gain? Voltage gain is V output upon V input. Therefore, we can just write closed loop voltage gain for the inverting amplifier. Let's denote it by A inverting. It will be equals to V output upon V input. From this relation, if you solve it, it will turns out to be minus RF upon R. What is the significance of this negative sign? The negative sign signifies that output voltage is inverted with respect to input voltage. If input voltage is positive, output will be negative. If input voltage will be negative, output voltage will be positive. That is why this amplifier is called inverting amplifier. Next, if you want to tune this amplification factor, you just need to tune these two resistance RF and R. If RF is 2 times of R, amplification factor will be 2. If RF will be 3 times of R, amplification factor will be 3. So in that way, just by tuning the resistance, you can tune the amplification factor. So you have a complete control on the amplification factor. So this whole circuit can be easily used as amplifier circuit. Okay. Let's see the voltage transfer characteristics of inverting amplifier. In x-axis, we have plotted the V input. In the y-axis, V output. When V input will be positive, V output will be negative. So that is why we have a negative slope curve here. So if you just calculate, if you just measure the slope of this curve, that slope will be equals to the closed loop gain and that will be equals to minus RF upon R. If you apply very high input voltage, in that scenario, the op-amp will goes into the saturation region, which we have also discussed in the previous lecture. So you have fair idea about that. Hope the concept related to the inverting amplifier and virtual ground is clear to you. I will see you in the next lecture. In the next lecture, we will see the concept of non-inverting amplifier and adder circuit. See you then. Thank you.